And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ready. Black, what is that? Go, go, go. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Play action now, Winston. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete. An excellent play downfield. Should have been picked off, really. But 2nd down instead.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Alex Anzalone showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Finding some room at midfield and avoids the contact by sliding. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 43. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now Jones. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Winston got him in. It's Brashon Perriman. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Brashon Perriman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Saints 1st down there on a gain of 11.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
36.
Breeze now. Looking long for Thomas. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas. Not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this run.
Going the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet. And
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. An update from a game going on in Indianapolis. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
And with the Buccaneers' new coaching staff, you have to figure they're going to want to use O.J. Howard a little bit more this season. 34 catches, 565 yards last year, but that was in only 10 games. 6'6", 251, and can run. Find a way to get him the ball as they just did there.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Only one way to describe Ronald Jones' rookie season with Tampa Bay, and that's disappointing. Draft just 23 carries on a team that ranked 29th in the NFL in rushing.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 2nd quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Jameis to throw it. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. A.J. Klein in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Hey, check. 3 down. Let's go.
Here's Winston. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Ready. Blue lady. 47. Check. 47. All day, just like that. Let's go.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, TJ Logan. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Great job, DJ.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
In your face. Kill. Watch the eye. Follow. Let's go.
They go play action. Winston looking for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Brashad Perriman with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 21-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. They go back to Murray on first down. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play. That was second down run for Murray. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big. The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. On the delay, this is Murray. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. He's going to look deep down the field. This is caught inside the 15. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Big stop. Kill. Check. 13, spill. 5-9. Hey. High 7. 45 to Mike. Check. 45 to Mike. I'm coming after you. 45.
Breeze now to throw. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Lutz with the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston. He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Undercross. Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Dancing to his left. He's going to throw one up for the end zone and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 54 yards away. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Green, Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 54 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie linebacker from LSU, Devin Wright. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Here's Murray running right, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
A 3-yard pickup, and it's third down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. 10th carry of the game now, Murray. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Now this is fielded in the end zone. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On 2nd and a yard, Winston. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Here's Bradley Pinion now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Now it's Ginn. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They go with Murray again. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Check.
Here's Breeze to throw. And Ginn's got it. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Breeze to another longtime vet, Ginn, for the New Orleans first.
First down, New Orleans.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
On first down, Murray. Levante David, the Bucs' leading tackler, 6 of the last 7 years in there to make the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Here we go, 21.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
They can't hang with us. Hey, kill. Check.
Now a play fake. Breeze being chased out left. And Josh Hill has it. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Murray. About 3 yards there to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, Foxtrot.
45 to Mike. Hey, watch the leg.
Throwing now is Breeze. They complete it to Hill. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 12-yard line.
A gain of 15.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Hey, Zoo.
Play action. Breeze. And brought in by the tight end Cook. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot. Not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. A run. It's Murray. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Hey, Charlie.
On play action. Now Breeze. And it's caught. The tight end Hill. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. The kick by Lutz is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
It's going to be a long day.
Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
56, Mike, 56. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got? What you got? Give me something.
Good move at the 30. And all the way down to the 26. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
The 26-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Winston to throw it this time. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Winston here to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there. And in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Winston. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out.
And how about this, a fake? And he's going to let it go deep. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't get the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
This is complete to Michael Thomas. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
Sammy!
Carries piling up. It's Murray again. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Buccaneers, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the